Daryl already started. Good Lord, don't even get a chance to set it up. You first, you in there. Remember, let's see, now how do I do this right here? Trying to do something here, give me just a second. I don't see where you do it. Hello, Maria. Yeah, Orange is back. Uh-oh, that's not what I wanted to do, I don't think.
See if I can do it on mine.
Give me just a second. I'm trying to figure out something here, y'all. Give me just a second. Jane said, "Hey, Pops." Hello, Jane. I don't think that's it either. Nope. Maria said, "Pops, hello." I'm sorry. I will get it right in the head while I'm trying to figure this up here. Let me see.
Y'all look at yourselves looking at us a minute. Maria didn't know I was here. That scared her. That's part of my job. Oh, maybe. Chat filter, all messages. Let's see here.
There it is. Subscribe mode. There you go.
All right, there we go.
But all right, let's try that a little bit and see what happens. Maybe it'll help out everything. Let me get back up here. Maria says, Orange Randy is back. Yes, Jane says, "Hey, Pops." Jane says, "Hi, Farrell." I miss Farrell. Who's Farrell? Let me back up. See, I missed some. Huh? Oh, she probably meant to say Daryl. That's it. Okay, I'm sorry. Mary said, Maria says, "Pops." Jane says, "Daryl." Sorry about that. Daryl says, Jane. Jane says, "Hi, Mary." Maria says, "Take your time. I'm trying." Maria said, "What the F? I didn't know you were there." Maria said, "You scared me. You scare easy. You must have a guilty conscience." Daryl's got a heart on. Daryl says, "Afternoon, guys. Hello, Daryl. I hope everything's well."
Hey, Jane.
Jane says, "Hi, R3. Maria says, "Did you see the video I sent and what do you think of it?" Yes, I did, and I thought it was awesome.
If Justin was here, I would have showed it.
Yes, I thought it was awesome. I really enjoy those kind of things, especially knowing that they're going up somewhere else. I think that is awesome. Daryl says, "Just letting you know, if you haven't heard, Hugh is going live at 7, starts his engine." Yeah, I think he said something to Randy about it. I figure at 7, I'll tell everybody they can jump over there if they and inform everybody if they want to go over there, they can, and then I'll try to have it split here, and that way, I'd like to see it myself, but I really would like to keep mine going like I normally do, but I would like to have it on both ends. I'll probably put silly little YouTube on it and watch it on that way. Let's see. Carlos says, "What's up, y'all? Pops and R3." Maria said, "Thanks, 3." Or is that smiling? Daryl said, "Big." Huh?
Show your cat face smile.
Oh. Sanders said, "Hello." Hello, Sanders. Said Maria said I'll translate and post it on my account. Yes, I thought it was awesome. I think I absolutely love when you do that. Let's see. Daryl said, cool. Carlos says, what's up, Mac? Jane said, hi, Carlo. Carlos says, hello, Jane. How are you?
Darkness, my old friend.
I hope that you're here again. Let's see. Jane said, hi, Zenki. What do I call you? Because I call you Sanders. Because that name scares me. I'm scared I will not pronounce it right. Jane, you are welcome to tell me how to pronounce it. Sanders says, hi, Jane. I ought to look it up for myself, hadn't I?
Oh, Lord.
Maria says, I found a cat today, and it was a black cat. Lord have mercy.
Did it taste good?
Meow. Jane said, oh, boy. Daryl said, just uploaded another members video. They are flying off at the reel lately. Cool. I think that's awesome. Kind of thought about it myself. I thought about giving a few away, but I don't want people. I want people to understand if they give them away, they don't go on the name until they pay for. On the wall until they pay for it. So, really don't know how I'm going to handle that. I think it's a good idea, but we don't do member videos, so we do good to get the videos we got right now. Jane said, that's how I would have said it, Pops. Oh, okay. Carlos said, that's not a good sign, Maria. It's not a good sign if you're going down the road and it runs across the road in front of you. You got to X that thing out, even if you're not superstitious. Grandma says hi, Pops, and hi, Jane, and hi, big boys. Hello, Grandma. Hope you're feeling well today. Jane said, aloha, Grandma. Maria said, I used to have an orange cat. Probably the best cat you ever had. Carlos said, hello, Grandma. Grandma said, hi, Maria. Hugh said, hello, Randy. Hello, Hugh. I heard some good news about you today. Daryl says, I agree. Just tell them playing members got those benefits not gifted. They will understand. Hugh says, hello, Carlo. Hugh says, hello, Daryl. Grandma says, hi, Mike. Daryl says, hi, Grandma. Oh, Grandma. Carlos says, what's up, Hugh? Whoop. Hugh says, hello, Jane. Maria says, you have problem with black cats or cats in general?
Yes.
Not really. I don't mind. I don't like cats, but just something to do with that. I've always heard if a black cat runs in front of you in the road, you got to cross your windshield out because it's bad luck. It's just old superstitious. I've always heard. You said, yes, you. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That'll work. Daryl said, Hugh. Maria says, hi, Grandma. Hugh says, hello, Maria. Jane says, hi, Hugh. Hugh says, hit the like button, peeps. Maria says, but if you're going to have an orange cat again, you know what I'm going to name it. I know you're not going to name it Randy.
Probably never done right.
Yeah, NDP, come here. Daryl says, no, that's witchcraft crap. Ah, yeah, you're right. But I don't know why. I'm not even superstitious. But I'll try not to walk under a ladder either. But Jane said, this is your Friday, Pops. I actually took the day off. I had one more day, so I was getting close to the end of the year, so I didn't work today. It's kind of the reason I didn't answer Daryl's text till later. I slept in. Let's see. Maria said, well, your bald head brings bad luck too. Maria said, of course I'm not. You said, I owned a black cat. She was a mean biatch. Lotus says, hello, 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 Lotus. Hugh's laughing. Grandma says, hi, Zen. Hugh says, hello, Lotus. Lotus said, what's up, Hugh? I heard the good news. I'm excited for that tonight. Carlos says, hello, Hugh. Jane says, hi, Lotus. Maria says, Black Cat's best life, for best life. Lotus said, hi, and hi, Jane. Hugh said, thank you, Lotus. Lotus said, hi, Maria. Grandma says, hi, Lotus. Daryl says, I took the day off too. Cool. Carlos said, you should have told me. Would have met in the middle. Carlos says, what's up, Lotus? Maria says, hi, Lotus. Daryl said, Lotus. Lotus says, what's up, Daryl, Carlo, and Grandma. Maria says, I still don't understand how you don't like cats.
Personal preference.
I just,
Just like she likes salad and
yeah, I mean, it's each its own, but I have never liked, like a dog, I mean, I'm not going to say a dog won't do it, but just about every cat will jump on the vehicle. And if you haven't noticed, I kind of like my vehicles. And the cat's got claws, and they get up on my vehicle, and then they end up scratching the car, getting up, down, or whatever.
Then I have to dig a hole.
And then, yeah, and I just don't like, I absolutely cannot stand to see a cat on a car or a vehicle. So therefore, I just don't like them because of that. JC Hugh, what car is motor going in? Southeastern Train Lover says, hi, hello. Hugh says, 03 Crown Vic, Police Interceptor. Grandma says, hi, Randy 3. How are you feeling today?
I just responded to her. I didn't know how quick you get to it.
Oh, you said Ford touch with Chevy stuff roll on the floor, laughing my ass off. Brenda says, okay, but can you put the car in another place? Don't need to. If the cat don't get on my damn vehicle, I don't have to worry about it. Randy says, hey, Grandma, I feel great. Still got to be a little careful. Livy said, brup, 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 brup. Jane says, hi, Southeastern. Hugh said, hello, Southern. Maria said, problem solved. Bring the cat tomorrow. I did bring my gun today. We got a shooting match to go to tomorrow. Carlos says, I am pissed off with Australian Post. Notice they lost my partial, had 100 AUD worth of wheels and tires in it. Ooh. Daryl said, hate to go, but I have a couple calls to make and get a shower. Be back as soon as I can. All right, Daryl, we understand. Grandma says, hi, Olivia. Maria says, hello, Olivia, I miss you. Randy said, bye, Daryl. Olivia said, hey, Grandma, how you feeling? Grandma said, miss you. Carlos said, Olivia. Amy, hello, Amy. Amy says, hi, everyone. Lotus said, what's up, Olivia? How are you? How you doing? How you doing? Let's see. Grandma says, Mama. Corey says, hi, mate. Hugh says, hello, Olivia. Grandma says, hi, Amy. Lotus said, that sucks, Carlo. What do we got here? What you called that the other day? What do you call it? Demetria says,
Dimitri.
huh?
Dimitri.
Demetria says, hi, hello.
Petrov. Dimitri Petrov.
Okay. Grandma says, hi, Corey. Grandma says, hi, 64115. Corey says, hi, Grandma. Maria says, if you were a cat, you'd be a bald cat for sure. I would. Jane says, hi, Amy. Hugh says, hello, Corey. Amy says, I'm excited. I'm almost at 500 subs. It's awesome, Amy. I can't wait till you get there. Hugh said, hello, Amy. Tim says, hi. Hello, Tim. Olivia says, I'm good. Sorry for not poking around. I'm in a brand new battle, but at least you can be happy now. Okay. Grandma says, hi, Southern. Grandma says, hi, Tim. Corey says, hi, Hugh. Carlos says, Olivia. Hugh says, hello, Tim. Lotus says, what battle now? Olivia says, I'm good. Olivia says, Med's trying to knock me out. Don't really know who that is waving.
Is that Reed?
I don't know. I'm gonna see if it will let me. Nope, it's Muhammad.
Oh,
Is waving. Hello. Aaron said hi. Olivia says, I can be happy. I can be. I want you to be happy. Hell, I want everybody to be happy. Grandma said,
Grandma asked who's here with you.
Grandma said, Pops, who's there with you? Dimitri says, Az. Why does it say that? Carlos says, well done, Olivia. Jane says, hi, Dimitri. Bob Bailey says, hi there. I'm Bailey. I'm a fire lookout in Wyoming. Oh, we've never had anybody from Wyoming. So we're going to put a pin in Wyoming in the world map for you. Thank you. Jane says, hi, Corey. Grandma says, hi, Aaron. I still don't have that right.
You know, you said you're a fire lookout, so you're getting a red pin.
Sarah, yeah, Sandra said, tomorrow I am go to
We
my...
had one other from Wyoming.
Oh, really? Grandfather house this weekend, sir. Awesome. Maria said, what did you do today? I went loaded some wood. I built another door. Started cleaning up so I could hang the door. Worked on the trailer a little bit. Been busy.
Tomorrow's video is a bunch of talking and a surprise at the end.
Hugh says, hello, Bailey. Dimitri says, hi, Jane. A mosquito just bit my head. Ouch. Grandma says, hi, Bailey. Aaron said, stepdad has to have bypass next week. That's not good. That's not good. Grandma says, hi, 3. Hugh says, hello, Scoots.
Hello, Hugh.
Aaron says, hi, Grandma. Jane says, hi, Aaron. Hugh says, hello, Aaron. Aaron says, hi, Jane. Corey says, I am at 531 subs. Did a little video on a steam train views have gone crazy. I'll definitely be doing some more train videos soon.
If
Cool.
you get to do steam train stuff or steam anything, people love it, man. Jane said, hi, Bailey. Aaron said, hi, Grandma Mix. Excuse me, Grandma Vic. Muhammad is waving again. Olivia said, but I'd rather be sleepy than suffer from a crumbling and debilitating mental status. Maria said, another door with 2 question marks. What for?
For the other bathroom. Remember, there was 2 bathrooms. I needed a door so they slide both ways, so I built the other door.
You back where you can read, or you want me to keep on?
I'll get it. I mean, I was just trying to make sure that we were where we were supposed to be on some things. Carlos says, Grandma, did you see the photo of Safa? How you say it? Safa and I? Lotus says, I am glad it helps you. Might need more caffeine though. Sanders says, do you two have a plan this weekend, sir? Working on the, yes, I'm sorry. Let me take it back. We got an event to go to tomorrow for one of the tire people.
We might try to record walking around. We'll see.
And we a pheasant shoot, and then we'll be working around the shop here trying to get things in order. Reaper said, meow, bald man. Hello, Reaper. Lotus said, you still doing it at 7? Muhammad said, regards from Algeria, the lions and of the desert to the eagles of America. Hello. Amid, I'm sorry. Grandma said, yes, I did. Nice picture. Maria said, Randy, the door maker. I know, right? Lotus says, meow. Hugh says, hello, Reaper. Corey says, hello to all the new people in the chat, too. Muhammad said, got peace.
Just so y'all know, subscriber mode is on if you hadn't seen it. Yeah, I mean, we put a load time of just 1 minute. You got to be a subscriber before chatting. That should eliminate 90% of the trolls for the night. And as long as we keep on with good engagement and good viewership, we'll probably keep on doing that.
Grandma says, hi, Reaper. Carlos says, thanks, Grandma. Sandra said, that's awesome. Lotus says, we have snow moving in tonight in Ohio. Muhammad said, waving. Grandma says, hi, Ahmed. Jane said, Aaron, bypass surgery usually are routine now. 8809 says, what are you like? Why are you like this? What am I like? What do you, I mean, explain what you mean and I'll answer your question. Reaper said, sorry, I have hopped on in the last couple of days, been really busy. We understand, buddy, we really do. Olivia said, believe me, if y'all can't make it, I understand. I'm not upset at people for not coming in. I appreciate it when you do. Olivia said, it's super done, by the way. I'm so very happy on, now she turned on out bit, not the biggest fan on the turbo. Hey, cool. I'm glad it's done. Lotus said, holy cow, Bells, thank you guys so much. Grandma said, hi, Sanders. Grandma says, hi, Obad. Muhammad says, I don't know your language, but from your appearance, you seem like a good person. I'll tell you I'm good. That don't mean you got to believe me, but if you can do translating, we try to do good here. Maria said, I wish we could have snow here. Kitty says, hey, hello, Kitty.
Hello, Kitty.
Hadn't seen you in a while.
Been wondering about you.
Jane says, hi, Reaper. Demetri says, hello. Grandma says, hi, Kitty. Sandra says, I have a cat in my house, sir. You and Maria ought to get along good. Y'all like cats.
Meow.
Lotus says, come and get you can have it all, Maria. Let's see. Obad says, I mean, the way you are. I try to be good to everybody. Let's see. Jane said, shut up, Lotus. No snow. Kitty said, that my birthday today. Well, happy birthday, Kitty. Grandma.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Congratulations, you kept yourself alive for another year.
That's right. Grandma said, hi, Dimitri. Lotus says, hey, Kitty. Kitty says, hey, Grandma Vic. Muhammad said, Ahmad. Which country follows you the most?
Well, first place is America.
American, then it's United Kingdom.
I think third place. I might can pull it up, but I mean, I can tell you we do have a lot from the Middle East.
Hey, Lotus, happy birthday, Kitty. Lotus says, it's coming, Jane. Kitty says, hey, Jane. Reaper says, I think rubbed off on Charles. He crashed this time. Oh, no. Carlos says, hello, Kitty. Happy birthday, sweetie. Lotus says, happy birthday, Kitty. Jane says, hi, Kitty. Kitty says, thank you, guys. Lotus says, hey, man. Kitty says, hey, Carlos, thanks. Jane says, Ahmed, what country are you in? Muhammad said, you know you're good. You know you're a good person. I try to be.
All right, so let's just pause for just a second.
I'm not.
A breakdown of the top countries is first place at 55% United States. Second place at 7% is United Kingdom. Third place is Canada at 3.6%. India, Germany, Australia, Russia, Turkey, France, and the Netherlands.
All right. Jane said, happy birthday, Kitty. Grandma says, hey, Lotus. The man said, the weather here today was perfect, sunny, with a cool, refreshing feel. Awesome. Liv said, I'm going to go fetch Boggy. I'm sleepy and needs to communicate before he goes crazy. Okay. Lotus said, spiders. Carlos says, welcome, Kitty. Maria said, he's a good person with a terrible eating habits. Kitty says, thanks, Jane. Madden said, Algeria.
I put a pin in for you.
He put a pin in for you. Obad said, yes, I am.
You're in Jordan?
Jordan, awesome.
I'll put a pin in Jordan.
Yep,
for you.
we're going to put a pin in there for you. Let's see.
Unless you're talking about that's your name.
So Jordan, it says, I am Jordan.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that you're in Jordan.
Jane says, did Charles get hurt? Muhammad said, look, whatever this is.
Persian.
Okay. Maria said, hello, Algeria. Grandma says, hi, Jordan. Kitty says, hey, go to sleep. Reaper said, it wasn't that bad, but he did hit my cruiser with his truck. Grandma says, hi, person. Muhammad said, I don't know English. I'm sorry. I wished I could help you. Lotus said, Reaper, you killed another car. Sanders says, happy birthday, Kitty. Lotus said, oh my God, bro, too many dead cars this year. Muhammad said, what is your name? Randy, and Randy the third. Dimitri said, where's the guy who fishes every day? He's
He's
probably not going to come back in. Bad says, I'm from. Kitty said, thanks, Zanaki. Sanders said, you're welcome, Kitty. Maria says, we have a match with Jordan tomorrow. I hope we win. I hope y'all win too.
What are you playing them in?
Dimitri says, thanks, Kitty. Happy birthday to you. Kitty said, thanks. Lowe says, stop letting Bigfoot drive, bro. James said, Muhammad, did you know that what we are?
Do you know what we are saying?
Did you know what we're saying?
He might can translate if he's on.
Reaper said, it was Charles this time, not me.
Muhammad's Iranian.
Iranian. Where are you? United States, Denton, North Carolina. Kitty says, Carl, how are you? Maham says, which country would you most like to travel to? I'd like to go anywhere. I'd like to go see people and see, so anywhere would be fine with me. I'd like to go on a cruise, to be honest with you. Maria says, just call them Orange Randy and Regular Randy.
I'm regular.
Obad says, where are you from, Maria 95? Maria says, it's a football match.
Like your football or my football?
Soccer?
I would assume their football. It's
Yeah, I
football.
would say so. Kitty says, hey, Randy. Grandma says, USA, North Carolina. Maria says, I'm from Iraq. Carlos says, I'm doing okay. Thanks, Kitty. How are you? Mom says, oh, frowny faces. Jane says, "Lol, Orange Randy, LOL." Abad says, "Oh, Iraq." Oh, Iraq.
Iraq.
Mike says, "Hello, everyone." Hello, Mike.
I hope it's okay. Your opening video is going in tomorrow's video. If not, let me know. I'll take it out.
So, just wondering, did you give him a ticket for hitting your cruiser? Dimitri said, "Hello." Jane said, R3, or you aren't regular. Kitty says, I'm doing good, Carl. Abad says, we will beat you. Maria says, Iraq.
Camaro?
Z28. Grandma said, hi, Mike. Mike's got eyes looking at you. Maham said, Algeria defeated Iraq in a football match on Tuesday. Maria said, no, we beat you.
We will beat you.
We will beat you, sorry. Jane said, hi, Mike. Mama said, goodbye.
Goodbye, Muhammad.
Maria says, we will won. Mike said, hello. Jane British says, hello from Scotland.
Scotland, UK. What's your channel about? A day in the life of Dumber and Dumbass.
We try to do burnout stuff like that, and it's kind of a day-to-day life, what we do every day. And the buildings here is for our YouTube channel, our burnout cars, our personal projects, and we're here to have a good time and meet a lot of good people.
I'm really hoping next year we can do just a little bit better on the whole keeping things entertaining for the year.
And not be getting hurt.
Don't look at me. I didn't know. Treated it.
Kitty says, hey, Long. Carlos said, that's good to hear, Kitty. Mike said, hi, Kitty. Jane said, hi, British. Sanders says, how are you doing, sir? Doing awesome. Hope you are. Dimitri says, hello from, you see that
Kazakhstan.
one? Kazakhstan?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll put that one in real quick.
We'll put a pin in there for you, Dimitri. Obad says, I think you should name your live Middle Eastern. Wouldn't be bad. Mike says, hello, Carlo. Carlo. We got a lot of people from over there. I do enjoy everybody coming in. Carla said, hi, Zanki.
It's,
Huh?
hold on.
Carlos said, sup, Mike. James said, hi, Dimitri. Buggy said, I heard there was a chicken here. Chicken? He crossed the road, man. Sanders says, hello. Kitty says, hey, Buggy. Muhammad said, the country I most want to travel is Italy. I'd like to go to Italy. That'd be cool. Buggy said, hey, Kitty. Jane says, hi, Buggy. Maria says, I know Algeria won over Iraq on Tuesday, but I think this time we will win. The last time we had a match with Jordan and nobody won.
How do you not win?
I guess it got tied 0-0. Time run out.
Sounds like both losers.
Dimitri says, hi, Jane. Italy is wonderful. I've been to the Dolomite Mountains and also visited Rome and Venice. How you say it?
Venice.
Venice. Obad says, could you?
Imitate a British accent.
I don't
Would you
know.
like to see the cup of tea, Mike?
Oh, is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Lotus
That's about all
said,
I can say.
nobody here but us chickens. Chicken. Hey, Jane Game. Lotus says, up, Boggy. Senator said, is their name up there, sir?
It's whose name?
Whose name? The name's up there behind us, the people that's pay their monthly fee to be a member. It's the members' wall. There's some there and out at the road. If some people just like to see their name up on the lives and stuff. Some people trying to help the channel out. We appreciate it either way it goes. Carlos says, "What's up, Boggy?" A man says, "In the Middle East, we only to watch amazing people." Well, thank you for watching some amazing people. Boggy says, "Damn, Livy told me there was fried chicken here." Huh?
Not quite.
Not quite. Mike said, "Hi, Lotus." Grandma says, "Hi, Boggy." British says, "Nice call. I am modifying my Ford Focus C Max 2.0 TDCi turbo diesel common rail injections. I have modified a 325 BHO from a 4-cylinder 16 valve Euro 5 engine. I like to mod cars." I would love to see a picture of that.
A 2.0 turbo diesel common rail injection Ford Focus. Why can't we get that here?
That would be awesome. Buggy said, "Yo, Lotus and Carlo, how are y'all?" Buggy says, "Hey, Grandma." Grandma says, "Hey, British." Lotus says, "She lied, Buggy. No fried chicken here." Carlo says, "Be right back. Gotta go." Muhammad said, "Wonderful people like you." Madison said, "Hi. Hello, Madison." Buggy said, "That's damn right." Sandra said, "Oh, okay." Lotus said, "Just a bunch of turkeys." Dimitri says, "Hello." Grandma says, So, Buggy, we have a surprise at 7, huh? Buggy says, I'm done with this car." That's what we heard. Jane said we could try frying Maria's chickens. There you go. Obad says, "Far from our subject, I am a medical doctor and studying for an American medical team."
MTAC.
Huh?
MTAC exams.
MTAC
Do my
exams,
specialty
right.
in the USA.
That is awesome, buddy. And Maria's doing something like a doctor. Merry Christmas, guys. The 00. One Matt says, "Hello." Buggy says, "Sounds fun. What the surprise?" Maria says, "But you still remember the match that happened 2 years ago with Jordan also? It was a very important match and they won." They won and the loof of drama happened. Suddenly they started to hate each other for no reason. Grandma says, "Hi, Matt." Maria says, "It's insane to hate a whole country because of a match." I know, right? Kitty says, "Hi, Matt." Dimitri says, "Hello." Lotus says, "Oh, you will like Grandma's surprise." Boggy. Grandma says, "You have to see it." Hugh says, "Hello, Boggy." Lotus says, "I won't miss it." Dimitri says, "Are you speaking to me?" I don't know why he's doing that. Muhammad said, "By the way, BMW or Mercedes?" I like both of them. British says, "It's a 7-seat people carrier." It's in the USA. It comes from your 1.6 diesel. Cool. Dimitri says, "I don't understand what's going on here. We're just talking." Dimitri says, "Hello." Mike says, "Hi, Hugh and Grandma." Let's see. Buggy says, "Yo, Hugh." Grandma said, "Thanks, Lotus." Dimitri says, "Hi." Buggy said, "What is it?" Hugh says, "Hello, Mike." Jane says, "Obad, is Jordan your name?" He says, "If you fry my dad's chickens, he'll be very angry, but you'll be happy." The says, "Hey guys, I have something special myself." Awesome. Obad says, "I like a man behind you." I appreciate it. Hugh says, "Don't try cheap tools. They will cost you." Grandma says, can't tell you, Boggy. Mom said, master of computer science here. Awesome. Kitty says, Grandpa Vic, hi. Boggy says, well, I hope this day's has been shitty already. I hate to hear that. Grandma said, okay, everyone, I have to leave now. God bless you and the family. Thank you, Grandma, for stopping in. God bless you. See you in a little bit. Maria said 30 likes. Yes, thank y'all. Hugh says, hopefully not tonight. Been 2 years. Boggy said, take care, Grandma. Jane said, bad. And what is your medical specialty? Grandma said, Pop, see you later. See you, Grandma. The gamer says it's a 2-liter 5-cylinder turbo with a VVTi that used to cast iron block. Standard power level is 220 on running 430 wheel through the front wheels. That's awesome. Let's see. Maria says, yes, I'll be very, very happy. Obad says, no, I'm from Jordan, Jane. It's a country in the Middle East and friends to the U.S. He says, I made in Italy. Jane said, bye, Grandma. These says, the gamer, we got more here in the U.K. Maria said, Jordan is beside us. Boggy said, Lotus, I need a like-minded brain. Jane says, oh, bad. I actually know where Jordan is. Whoop, whoop. Bad said, Jane, I have recently graduated from medical school and desire to do it especially in the U.S., like intern, surgery, physically, etc. Maria said, yes, Jordan is a beautiful country. Her man says, recipe, 2 whole gutter and skinned squirrel can shrooms, water cooked, gum come easily, bone and out eat. Cool. British says, I have a 09 Audi A6 line with a 524,000 miles on it from the UK. Owned a car by the law. It needs to be very good condition or it can be driven. All cars over here have a mandatory. Oh, wow. Let's see. Sam says, I have butter in my left hand and my cat in my left, about to commit a war crime, man. Whatever you say. Hugh says, I got to go. Set up. Have an awesome night, everyone. All right, Hugh, see you in a little bit. Hugh, I'm going to keep it going here, but I will have you on the other side. I'd like to see it myself. Demetrius says, Aladdin cars are the best. Horn by Man says, oh, my layout, I just got an American truck with a flatbed in 00 gauge. Cool. Lotus said, hey. Carlos says, I'm back, y'all. Boggy said, the Shelby refuses to start. It's the battery and the engine is warming up. Huh. I don't know. Let's see. Ain't got no gas in it. These said the British does is all very well, but that's a big heavy car. My coupe only weighs 1310. Lotus says 2011 Genesis 2.0 turbo. These says it's 27 years old and taps out at 190 miles per hour. Jane says it's been years since I've had squirrel and all I remember is picking buckshot. Me too, Jane. Lotus said, I guess you're tired of basics. Yvonne says, Jane, you are ever, I don't know what that is. Boggy says, yep. Lotus said, did you give a sniff from the ether bunny? Herman says, I'm an expert. So if you have any questions, I'm here for y'all. Well, I appreciate it. We got a few experts in here. Just be careful because we got several good ones in here. Boggy said, got gas in her. I never leave her unfilled. I just making a joke about it not having no gas in it.
Yeah, your car ain't got no damn gas.
Jane says, oh bad, I'm from the United States. I was a nurse here for 40 years. Lotus said, that's not what I asked. What did you ask? Did I read it wrong? Horn by Man said, yeah, you should get an old police car. We've thought about it. Everybody said, that's nice, nurse. Dimitri said, hello. Buggy says, I was talking to Pops, and no, you did not give it a sniff from the ether bunny. Obama said, so help me with connections with hospitals. Yeah, help him out, Jane. Matt said,
Jane
I
was there
have
when the first
190.
one was
Huh?
Jane was there when the first hospital was built.
Matt says, I have 195 subs now. Awesome, Matt. Her man says, but I'm the expert of experts. Hey, I'm happy for you. Maria said, what about you? You have 56 hair. Yeah. D says, I may do some uploads after Christmas once I've paid off and collected it from the restoration. All right. I'd love to see it. You're welcome to put it on our community page. I'd love to see it. Dimitri says, hi. Lotus says, try ether and see if it pops. I found out if you shoot a little gas into they say not to do it, but people make fun of me because I still use the old Pepsi bottle with gas in it. To me, it does better than ether, and it don't scar your pistons if you get too much in it. Lotus, if it does pop, if it does start going through the fuel system. Randy said, what's your phone wallpaper?
Kids.
Huh?
My kids.
Randy's is the kids. I think mine is the Fireball Camaro.
See? That's mine.
Let's see, show us. That's mine. Let's see. Let's see. Jane said, oh, bad. My nephew just graduated from medical school and was very hard to get registered. I wouldn't even know how you would go about getting it here. Lotus says, if no, then ECU and Spark. Horn by Man says, hi, bro, in the background.
Hello.
Boggy says, well, I get to turn over, but she ain't staying. He says, oh, sweet man. Maria says, I hope it's not ice cream. Carlos says, Federal, are you gay? To me, Herman says, we look like bros, bald, gray beard. British said, Lotus, there's a map out that makes any turbo car pops, called it Pop and Bang map. We code the ECU and shit to that. Let's see, Lotus said, so it starts to die. Starts and dies, sorry. He said, yeah, mostly. I just said, them cute kids. Kitty said, huh? Maria says, cute? Boggy said, oh, yeah, I think my car's cute. Boggy said, she is feeding, but she ain't staying from the sound of it. Lotus said, do you have a low temperature cutoff? Sanders says, I like that picture, sir. Thank you. These is more is that than not at Big Boys. More than not big. Daniel says, happy Thursday, everyone. Hello, happy Thursday to you. Carlos says, no problem, fellow, just wondering. Bad says, Jane, it depends on the type of registry. For example, interb or political are somehow easy, but surgical registers or minors are very competitive. Boggy says, yeah, but it's like 34, but the shop is at 70. He said, send me that burnout photo. I'll make something of it. All right, which one? The one of both cars that we do the intro with?
I'll send you some burnout pictures.
Randy will take care of it. Lotus says, my car pops and bangs anyway. Let's see. Dimitri's come to Kazakhstan, Obad. Jane says, hi.
Kazakhstan.
Huh?
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, sorry.
I think.
Jane says, hi, Maddie, those are cute kids. These is smiling. Dimitri said, nurse get over $3,000 a month no overtime. Nurses get $3,000 monthly, no overtime. You hear that? Nurses get over $3,000 monthly, no overtime. That is awesome.
You know the best part about that?
He says no
overtime.
No overtime. Shame, no shame here. Boggy says, my crankshaft better not seized. Madison said, hey, Jane, thank you. Madison says, lol, I'm underpaid then. Lotus said, I don't think it would start and you would get a code for that. Durman said, a friend.
Herman.
Huh?
D. Her man.
Okay, D. Herman. I was just leaving the D off. A friend had his nipples removed. He said men shouldn't have nipples. They made him feel. Wow.
What?
Okay. You were born with them. Mike says hi. Madison. Maria said both. James says, oh, bad. He's going into physical and physical. Yeah, that word. And yes, he was worried about getting in. Madison said, hey, Mike. Carlos says, we are all humans. That's right. Lotus said, does yours have a fuel cut off in the trunk? They can go bad and cause that. Boggy said, the crank has been fixity and I've been getting a lot of warning codes, but haven't seen anything wrong with it. Lotus said, failing fuel pump could cause it. Like I said, shoot some gas down into the fuel injection. She fires off, you know it's something to do with the fuel. And like Lotus said, if somebody could have bumped it or something like that, or that part would have been bad in the back of it, they're usually back there at the back tail light. Man said he's not talking about here. I don't know. Boggy says I haven't checked my pump. Lotus said, what code? So Obad says, really? I thought, what is that word? It's not that difficult or competitive like that. Psychiatric. Boggy says, give me a second. Daryl says, I'm back. Hello, Daryl. Maria said, but there is no use.
Hey.
There is no use of them. Lotus said, check the relays too. Kitty says, Mac. He says, I got my dipstick stuck in a hole. Oh no, pull hard. Daryl says, Katrina. Maria says, did you know that males start as a female at first? No. We're not starting that conversation. Maria says, at the first month of pregnancy, we're not starting that conversation. Jane says, Madison, you don't make 3,000. Madison, you don't make 3,000. Madison, you don't make 3,000 a month.
She's on the video call right now, so she's not watching.
No, she said no.
Well, she only works one day a month.
That'd be a high dollar day right there. Lotus said fuel filter. D. Herman says I had another friend change his name from Tom Williams to Silverwind. His Dungeons and Dragons person. It's actually a cool name, gotta say. Maria said, oh, okay. D said, yes, it's well known we are all female first. Let's see. Ian says, hey guys, I got a 1990 Chevy Suburban, just did rotors, brakes, and shocks, but when I come to a stop, sign truck seems to pop right before it comes to stop. I took the mechanic with me and he said it's the hubs. I would have to, it's kind of hard to answer that question over the internet. I understand what you're saying, but could be. Maria says, I didn't mean anything bad, though. We know that, Maria. Lotus said, my sister runs a floor at Grandview as a head nurse. She makes more than $3,000 a year. I think that's not a year. I think that was, a month. Okay. I'm just picking with Madison. That's all it was. He says, we are all Y chromosomes until the later stage of development, which means us have that X chromosomes. I'll take the Y chromosome, but that female shit and male shit, I don't do that. We'll call it whatever y'all want. Lotus says a month. Boggy says P2617 and PO335. Dimitri says 3,000 per month, dude. Yeah, I knew what he was saying. Boggy says I knew what he was saying, but I was just kind of picking with Lotus because Lotus don't make mistakes. I was just picking with him, to be honest with you. Boggy says, but they don't say, so I'm confused. Dimitri said, who can live on 3,000 for a year? Yeah, I was just making a joke. O'Baden said, Maria, it is not like that exactly. In the first weeks of the fetus is not either into a male or female after the specific point of the birth of life. That's what I'm getting at right there. That sounds more appropriate. Lotus says, change that crank sensor. Boggy says it's brand new. Lotus said, last time you had it out, did you hit limiter a lot? Lotus said, those have a tendency to stretch timing chains. He said, have you ever had a cam belt that takes 15 hours to change or more at your local garage? It cost me 1,600 pounds to get it done.
We don't do that.
We're not mechanics. We do our own work, but we don't do mechanical for a living. Boggy says, no, I don't really bounce her off the limiter much. And Maria says, no, appropriate, come on. Dimitri says, Federal, are you from Wigan? D. Herman says, fried catfish, bluegill, crappie, vote.
Fried catfish.
See, he says, no, Dimitri, England. D is from England. Stephen Smith says, y'all know what causes a 97 Camaro to lose all throttle on highway when all of a sudden kick right back in? Yeah, if you're at 105, I do know. It's called the limiter.
Or,
I've done it.
You know, it might just be trash. You might just need to donate it to us. And I'll show you what a 97 Camaro can do.
I know somebody had one, told me it would do that. Like it cut off at 105. I told them it was full of shit. When it cut off, I thought I'd blow the motor up. As soon as it dropped down to about 103, it kicked back in. Let's see. Never You Mind says, I love your accent, man. Thank you. Jane said, catfish, hands down. Kevin said, my heart hurts. 36 likes, y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all give me some likes. I appreciate it. Buggy said, that's what he said. Randy. Bum said, the first week of life, the fetus gender is not specific because he has both the primary and whatever them big words are, but some changes caused by Y chromosomes, females generally disappear. Carlo says, okay, y'all, I got to go take a shower. Be right back. All right, Carlo. Yeah, y'all got about 7 minutes to
Grand
Pitovix Live. Jane said, welcome, never you mind, love the name. Maria said, yes, everyone knows that. Stephen says, I got it up to 150, 105. Well, the same vehicle with the WS6, it would go on up past that, which that particular one was limited at 105. We've had like 6 of them, and the straight gear WS6 was not limited at 105. I'm just saying that.
Good question, though.
Yeah, it is.
Good question. Is it miles an hour or kilometers an hour? Because we're talking about miles per hour.
Yeah, miles per hour. Kitty says, okay. Carl says, the fellow says, yes, road. Well, you said, Randy. He says, see you big boys. Dimitri says, D. Herman says, fried flounder, shrimp, or scallop. Vote. Fried flounder. I used to like shrimp, but I can't eat it no more.
Scallop and shark balls.
Dimitri says, a mosquito bit my head. It did that earlier. You need to get them away from you. Lotus said, did you change the true tune recently? Kevin says, brother, please help me. Please help me, I'm falling. And I can't sing. Bree said, everyone studies it at school. That don't mean everybody knows it. Daryl says, y'all subscribe, likes too. Adam's waving.
Hello.
Never You Mind says, got myself a Mustang GT in UK. The disrespect they nerfed the HP dude to boody doo dee dee dee.
Emissions law. That sucks. It already didn't have no power before.
Jane said, scallops. Boggy said, yeah, when she got a pony upgrade. Adam says, hi. Lotus says, but it ran right since, right? Brett says, Thursday evening, Randy.
Hello, Brent.
James, hello, Brent. James said, never you mind what year GT. Steven said, I got it to 150 horsepower. I live in Wyoming, so I got tons of highway.
97. Have you ever done your OptiSpark? And if you have, when's the last time you did it? And has it been raining or snowing lately?
Was it OptiSpark?
Yeah, 97's
You got
OptiSpark.
an
98 started the LS motor. Because if it has the OptiSpark in it, I know they have the drains in the 96, 97s, but the OptiSpark could be going out. People have that problem.
Now I can tell you, I've seen mine at 150 wheel speed, and it didn't cut out.
Yours is a 93.
Yeah.
Yours isn't. You know, that's probably why mine won't go so high. It's governed.
Yeah, Lotus said, I feel that something in the fuel system or tune, the ECU is shutting it down. Jane said, Brent. Boggy said, now that you think about it, she has hiccuped quite a few times. He said, it's amazing now. American cars have loads of V8s, but haven't got a lot of power from the factory. When you look at the engine CCs, not so much these days. That's because they choke them all down. They don't free them up, let them go. They got to choke them down from the factory. Lotus says, but if the crank center is too far out, it will kill it too. Maria said, yes, you can't sing. Thank God you know that. Damn, Maria, won't you be straight up with me? Lotus said, check plugs. Never you mind, said 2025. Coming to an end. These says, my 5-cylinder turbo would eat your Mustang, mate. XD 430 wheel horsepower and weighs about 13 kilos. 1310.
10 kilos.
And
It's 27 years old.
and it's 27 years old, LOL.
Oh, here we go. We're going to have a measuring contest now.
You want to read for a minute? I'm starting to see a dot in the middle of the screen. Lotus says, you ain't
catching Boggy's Mustang.
don't sound like Boggy's Mustang's running.
It's a Mustang. What you expect? Let's see here. Boggy said plugs were changed. I'm pulling the fuel pump to check it. Jane said 2025 GT and the emissions aren't accepted. There is no telling. The world's different.
Also, because get close to 7, you can do the click over on put another one up. You're better.
Yeah, I'll do that. Bad said, guys, I see you are very interested in cars. You want to see some cars? We got a few inside. Kevin said, pray for me. We will. If you need it, we will pray for you. Jane said, bad, these guys are motorheads, LOL. Well, that's kind of what the channel was developed for, was to show you our projects. It's turned into basically just we share our everyday with you. Never You Mind said, no, LMAO. We'll do a tune at some point. Cool. The Pharaoh said, you want to bet it won't? Hey, y'all do whatever y'all want. Brent said, you guys are hanging the Christmas tree. Brent, I would like to put a Christmas tree back there. I just don't want to block the members' names or over there underneath the air conditioning. But we will see. Jane said, Kevin, prayers for you. Naheem is waving. Hello, Naheem. Boggy said, yeah, when she wants to run, she's running 910 wheel horsepower. Bad said, I thought they are in Army. No, Bad. That's my dad. We never served in any kind of armed forces, my friend. The man who used to own the building before he passed, I think he was in the National Guard. So that's where that picture come from. That's usually why people thought we were in the military. Marie said, I'm sorry, but I need my ears at least until I finish college. Now you can read lips. The Feral Gamer said, no, I'm waving as I pass it by. Naheem said hi again.
The Federal said it does 160 miles per hour from factory, bro, like it's nothing. Hey, I'm not doubting you. Not in the slightest. Jane said, no, they both work at the railroad, oh bad, and they have a car garage. Yes. And we only have like 16 vehicles here at any given time. D. Herman said, hey, I'll take a Dr. Pepper. D. Herman said, I'm building 5 campsites on our property in Caswell County for short-term rental. That's what I'm doing every day. Boulders and mud and burn piles. I don't remember. Do you do videos? Hey, if you want to do videos of that, people usually literally dig that stuff up. But hey, just so everybody knows, it is 7 o'clock, 1900, whatever time you want to call it. Hugh over at Grand Pitovic, he is starting his live. So if y'all want to, y'all can swing over to his live. I think he's got a surprise for everybody. I have it playing in the background, and whenever we finish this, we'll jump over there to say hey to him and Daryl. Lotus said, not enough horsepower, not enough top speed. Maria said, I think I'm going to sleep. See you both, Randy, everyone, 3 orange hearts. See you, Maria. Thanks for coming in. Have a good night. Madison said, we don't have a Christmas tree up yet. No, we do not. Maria's gone. She's going to bed.
Bye, Maria. Thanks for stopping in.
Madison said, bye, Maria. Sleep well. The Feral Gamer said, now, this campsite, is that a euthism? I don't know. Lotus said, Boggy will race you for slips anytime. Obad said, my car is Mercedes E-Class 2002 model, and I hate it. I hate that you hate it. I've never been a Mercedes fan, but I don't really know much about them, except they're expensive. The Feral Gamer said, or is it literally a normal campsite? Never you mind, said UK, once we get our country back, we can scrap all the BS laws. We don't talk politics, but I've seen a lot on TikTok lately. Daryl said 40 likes. I'd be damned. We're doing pretty good. 40 likes in an hour and 2 minutes.
Cool.
That's pretty good. Maria said, I can barely understand what the professor says when they speak and you tell me to read their lips. Hell no. Go to sleep. Daryl said he hasn't gone live yet. Okay, well, I have it waiting. I see that Jonathan at Parked Up Garage is there. Grandma, Jane, and Lotus are there. Lotus was first, and Justice Silly YouTube channel. But I have it in the background, no different than whenever I edit the videos. Daryl, I keep yours in the background. I mean, at least I can do is give you some credit while I make a video and all. Lotus said, never you mind, I will get to that in just a second. I'm not far from it, but thank you very much. Lotus said, Hugh got something badass planned. Yes, he does. Boggy's laughing. Lotus said, jumping over to Hughes. Okay. Hey, if y'all want to go, if y'all want to go over to Hughes, please by all means go over to Hughes.
Yeah, because he's got some exciting news.
He's been working on this for 2 years. This is just a nightly thing we do. So if you want to go over there, we don't blame you in the slightest.
We are in it too.
Yep. Daryl said he's not on yet, Lotus. Jane said, D. Herman, where's the campsites? Lotus said, okay. The Pharaoh said, I'm kidnapping your president to run our country. Again.
No, you can't have him. He's doing
We don't
a good
talk
job.
politics.
But we don't talk politics.
Never you mind donated 19.99 pounds.
Cool.
Thank you. Again, you will not hear us asking for that kind of stuff, but
if you like to see
little
your
bit
name
helps.
on the wall,
yeah, if you want to be on the wall, if you want to become a member, you can. Again, everybody you see on the chat, the screen, they do it on their own tuition, like college. But thank you. I don't know what to say besides thank you. Every penny that comes in goes toward reinvesting in the building. Lotus said, I'm still here too. Hey, that's all right. Like I said, I have Hughes open here too, and I have no problem watching both. Jane said, I'm in both places. Of course you are, Jane. We know you could be.
she's everywhere.
She's everywhere. When you babysit Jesus, you have these skills. Boggy said, now I'm running, Lotus. We shut that sensor off and the bot scooted straight up. Ruh-roh. The Pharaoh's laughing. Lotus said, sweet, Boggy, hope I helped. The Pharaoh said, can you have streamer in exchange, or you can have Stormer in exchange. You keep them. Again, we don't talk about this stuff. We will hurt feelings. Daryl said he's not doing the best here either, but better than the alternative choice we had. Madison said, is Hugh live? He should be starting his live really any minute now. He had it scheduled for 7 p.m. He has a surprise for everybody. Justin is in here. Justin is also ignoring my text message. Justin said, that's $27 in our money. Well, hell, that is awesome. Again, never you mind. Thank you. Justin, thanks for converting that. Justin, we're leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning. So that means we got to be here at 6 a.m. Jane said, it's awesome to see new people from all over. I agree, Jane. The subscribers only mode definitely seems to have helped. Jacob Kevel said, you are a beautiful man, and I'm glad to see you doing so well. Thank you, Jacob. I very much appreciate that. Jane said, I'm everywhere. Boggy said, yeah, did I need a new cam sensor, though? Well, hey, Parts Store's still open if stock ones will work. Lowe said, buy a good one. Never you mind said, 27 less bucks in tax. Wahoo! I hate taxes. Jay said, fuzzy face. Boggy said, that was a good one. Just said, I'll be there, trust. Oh, God, here we go.
Are you going to pick him up, or is he coming here?
If you want him here, I'm going to have to pick him up. I'm going to have to set an alarm for like 5. Then I'm going to have to go yank him out of bed or something. Amid said, give me a pickup line.
Hey, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
I don't have any pickup lines. I've been married for going on 5 years and with my wife for over 7, so I'm out of the game, y'all. Jane said, where are you going at 6 a.m.? We're going to Whiteville, North Carolina. One of the tire distributors is having a pheasant hunt. I'm not going to do any of the shooting this year, but we do like a warehouse tour, basically just like a meet and greet, have some lunch, a little bit of breakfast, kind of just get our face out there so we're just not strangers on the internet. Lotus said, apparently not. Daryl said, he started a new live, not the scheduled one. Well, let me fix that. Okay, yeah. He's live, just not on the scheduled one.
Well, that's crazy.
Cray in the pay. Okay, so I have that playing in the background of Hugh. If anybody wants to go over there, it's Grand Pitovic, GrandPitovice. Let's see here. Jacob said, you made me laugh. Well, hey, I'm glad I made you laugh, Jacob. You obviously have subscribed for at least 1 minute to be in here talking, so hey, if you laugh, stick around. We enjoy talking to people from all over the world.
Hey, he's going to have to restart it again. It's messed up.
Uh-oh. Or do you just have your volume down?
No, I hear him. I got him in my ear.
Uh-oh.
He said he's got to restart.
Okay, he's going to have to restart. So he's working through some possible technical difficulties.
It's going.
Oh, okay, it's going. Never mind. Jacob retracted their message. Ain't got to do that, Jacob. Boggy said, probably. I'm going to go see what Hugh and Grandma are up to. Okay. Lotus said, it could be the harness too. Boggy said, take care all. Amid said, that's nice, Grandpa. Boggy said, no, her harness is healthy like a racehorse. Careful, a racehorse can go down real quick. Never you mind, said, as you are into cars, a car drove into my house today. No joke, LMAO.
Oh, no.
I hope it was like a toy car. Because I've seen what a school bus does to a house.
Hey, just to let y'all know, when I was young, my daddy was working on a car and had it up on the road. They went down the road to check another car, and the truck rolled down the driveway, through the front yard, and right into my sister's bedroom.
God.
So, yeah, I know what it's like for the car to hit the house, or a truck did.
Okay, Boggy said, what was that, brother? I said, a racehorse can go down quickly, so be careful. Healthy as a horse. Horses go down quickly. Let's see here. Jacob said, what's all this MAGA going on? I've been out of America for years. Jacob, I know you might be newer here. Well, I don't know you're newer here. I would assume you're newer here with your first chat. We don't talk politics, but the whole world is involved in that apparently. Never you mind said, no, a real car. She's in hospital, so hopefully she is okay. Almost ran over a child, and my wife, too, was wild. I hate to hear that. Never you mind said, car is totaled, of course. Hey, Jacob, what you retracting messages for? What you talking about, Willis? But never you mind, car said, car is totaled, of course. That sucks, man. Like, I hate to hear that. I hope everybody's okay. Hopefully they weren't intoxicated. Hopefully it was just some kind of not so serious thing. Hughes
Y'all
said, jump into
remember, hit that
Hughes.
like button, please.
Yeah, Lotus is jumping over to Hughes live. So, like I said, if you want to go over to Hughes, you're not going to hurt my feelings in the slightest. Jane said Hugh had to start a new one. Did he start a new one again? Yeah, he
If
started.
they're opening doors, I'll let you know when it starts to be on. Give
Okay.
him the like. Yes, sorry, you already have.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yep. Okay. Boggy said, take care, Randy. Be safe, brother. I'd like to teach you some tricks to stay out of that wheelchair for when I visit. I can get y'all rolling. I appreciate it, but I'm not allowed to cut trees for a while. Jacob said, man, we must stay out of this political thing and preach unity. I agree with that. I say we are all humans. There are too many people in suits on a TV telling each other to hate each other. So I think we can all get along. If you've been in the live tonight, we have people from all across the world. We got Australia, Canada, United States, South America, a bunch of European countries. I mean, almost every single Middle Eastern country. Every once in a while, we get some Asian countries come in. I mean, and nobody's on here arguing anymore. It really makes a difference, and it just shows that, you know, there might be one or two bad apples in the bunch, but it doesn't mean the whole tree's bad. Jane said he's talking pops. Amen, Jacob. That's right. We can all get along. But let's see.
He's trying to roll it to the door.
Okay, let's see. We're down to 9 people watching, but we have 43 thumbs up. Again, thank y'all for the thumbs up.
Yeah, but we knew it was going to go down because everybody's wanting to see it.
Everybody's wanting
Everybody's
to see
wanting to see it. I just didn't want to end it.
Yeah, I mean, if it turns out nobody's talking, then we might end up doing that. Jane said, that's awesome. I'm going to assume that's supposed to say awesome. Hope she retracted it. She might be fixing it. Yep, that's awesome. Ha! I knew it. I can almost read minds. 44 likes. Tell y'all what. You know, we're starting to average 50 likes per night.
Yes, we're doing. I mean,
That is awesome. My question is, Never You Mind said, what's your favorite vintage car? His is a 1969 Camaro Z28. Mine's kind of in the air. It's changed a little bit over the years. But I mean, I'd love to have me like a 72 Chevelle SS with a big block and a 4-speed. But I mean, also I'd love to have like a 63 Cadillac DeVille or like a 60s model Pontiac GTO, 60s model, I mean, Malibu, Impala, basically anything that's old. Obviously, I love my C10s, but it's hard for me to narrow it down to just one. But growing up, I always liked the bubbly Chevelles. I guess they're B bodies. Jane said that's great, even shutting it down to subs only. I think it has made a big difference. I was really worried it was going to drive people away, but I think it has helped. Madison, if you're still watching this, I know you asked what the surprise was, but it's a surprise. I can't tell you. Nickel Pony said, evening, guys. Just getting off work. One more to go, then be sleeping in North Carolina for a week. Well, I'll be dang. Careful. It's getting cold here. But glad you're off of work. Glad you had another successful day at work. Never You Mind said, oofda. Nice. Jane said, 65 Mustang. Woot. And then, hey, Nickel. Nickel said, hey, Miss Jane. Jane said, Nickel, how's the wife? LOL. Nickel, thank you for coming in. Hugh at Grand Vic is got a surprise. His live's on, so we will probably have a little less viewers than usual. But what? But we'll probably have a few less people talking tonight. I had to tell Madison that She asked what the surprise was. I had to tell her, it's a surprise. I can't ruin it for you.
Well, it don't matter now. Everybody's gone out of this life.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, his 2 years of his channel has been mainly focused on building this motor. So, I mean, it makes sense. I'm not mad at anybody for going over there.
Not at all. There's enough airtime for everybody.
There's enough cake for all of us to have a slice. Nickel Pony said, LOL, she's good when I behave. She was how it goes, we got to behave. Jane said, Madison is watching. Okay, never you mind. Said, your most important fans are still here. Hey, look, I have no problem sharing our fans with everybody. Hugh at Grand Pitovic sent a lot of people our way. I send as many people his way as I can. Daryl at Metal Art Custom sent people our way. I've tried to send people his way. I mean, I try to send people everywhere because, like I said, there's enough cake for everybody to have a slice. I mean, we sit here and talk. Maybe one day we'll be out there doing something cool, but we just sit here and talk and read. But I appreciate you staying. Madison said, I'm watching what? Nothing. You're not watching anything. Sorry, dear. Jane said, I'm sure she is a happy wife when hubby does everything she wants. It's a beautiful night. Jane said, Maddie's watching Hugh. Never you mind. Said, hell yeah. Ken said, hello. Really bad at pronunciations. So if I pronounced your name wrong, it's not on purpose. Let's see here.
You're way behind.
In whose?
Those. I mean, Hughes.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna catch up on that.
No, I'm talking about with the. All you gotta do is take the line and score it over.
Or you just click live. It's because I have it muted. It basically pauses it whenever I leave it. It does the same thing on ours. Ooh, hold on.
He ain't ready.
Oh, let me know whenever he's ready. Well, let me know when he gets ready.
He's using starting fluid. I was trying to tell him to use gas, but
I got no gas in it. Let's see here. Madison said, I'm going back and forth. Nickel Pony said, exactly. I think she put that in small print in the marriage license, Miss Jane. I think they all do. I think it comes pre-filled. Jane said, hi, Keon. Okay, hold on. Why don't we watch you together?
Look, no light. Let's switch it around. Negative to positive. No light. It doesn't
Oh,
work.
he's just showing his
No
light.
light.
Sorry.
Come on, Hugh.
No light.
Do it.
All right. Let's get the battery up and get busy.
Yes.
Let's get busy. We gonna get busy up in here.
Never you mind said, thoughts on electric
Yeah,
cars.
I'm glad
Bad
everybody
question.
talked in here and I really appreciate it.
I don't
Both
like
the ladies can be here.
I think electric cars are crazy. We don't have an infrastructure for that. That's just me personally.
No,
But
I mean.
they
I'm not-
do good for the cities.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do
But-
good, period. It's just not something I think everybody needs because we don't have a way to keep them all going.
Daryl
I
said
don't want 'em.
Daryl said electric is okay for a vacuum.
It's not that it's not good.
I like it
Yeah.
for
It
golf
can be
carts.
right you out.
Yeah.
I want a gas powered go kart.
Golf cart.
Never you mind said fair enough. People are having a hard time selling them due to battery cost.
Oh,
The problem I have is like here, if it's cold and you run your heat, your battery life goes down the toilet.
hear it.
And we're in the middle of BFN. All right, come on, Hugh. I want to hear this thing.
Wow, that
Pony
thing's
said
sitting right
previous
here.
night's bachelor party hindered my ability to read.
I'm trying to keep it towards you so you can keep you
Don't
warm.
put it too much toward, no.
Well, I'm trying to put
Not
it
paying
sun
attention
towards
in
you
school
to keep you
hindered
warm.
Fire the engine up.
Madison sent a happy poop. Thank you, Madison.
All right, there we go.
Everybody
Here we
ready?
go.
That way the fuel pump will fire off when I
Where's
turn
your
it on.
earplugs? You didn't bring
You
them.
don't need earplugs.
I
Do
told you
it.
I had 2 pairs of earplugs out here.
Oh, you can put them on, I don't need them.
No, you're gonna need them,
Why?
because this thing's gonna be
Jay
loud.
said you had bachelor's party last night,
You're
Nickel?
gonna need them.
Question mark.
It's colder than.
Never you mind said I gotta sleep. See you all. Good luck with the channel and work, etc. Thank you. Never you mind. Have a good night.
Thank
You
you.
don't
Thank you
have
for
a car
coming
like
in.
that,
See you hopefully
Thunderbird,
next time.
As a matter of fact.
Mute his.
Hated
when he
the
gets
folk.
ready.
Squeeze them.
He's.
Okay, Nickel said no. Many moons ago. I never did a bachelor party, mainly because we didn't have any lavish wedding or anything. What?
He said turn your volumes down on your things because when it pops off, it's gonna blow your speakers.
Madison said,
Boom.
see you never you mind.
Fire in the hole!
Fire in the hole!
That's what Max said. Now, don't scream because you can't hear yourself. Okay?
I'm not. I work
Don't
every day,
scream
too.
Because you can't hear yourself.
Yeah, that's why you're deaf.
12 hours a day. Yeah. When they change over the other AirPods, I lose all my,
Come on, Hugh.
end up losing hearing.
So they said fire in the
All right.
hole.
I hear a fuel pump.
It's all the way up.
Go.
And he's got his gas pedal.
All right.
I would not use it, whatever.
Starting fluid.
Fire in the hole!
Oh my dog's going crazy.
Yep. Come on, baby.
Well, at least it's trying.
She's popping.
It is.
Come on now.
But he ain't got no gas
Yeah,
in it.
she stinks.
He's gonna wait till it fires and then put gas to it. He's running it straight off of
She's
the
popping.
The ether.
ether.
Hey,
My friend.
Says, welcome in, hon.
Hey, Sam, what's up, brother?
It's gonna try, but it should have already fired.
I'll be a plugger, I ain't done enough.
All right,
I'm gonna
pause.
get gas.
But he's using all the ether. So as soon as it fires, it goes. But it's already used the ether.
Jay said, nice build, man. Jay, that is Hugh with Graham Pitovic. He's been working on that thing for 2 years, buddy.
There it goes. There it goes.
Come on, baby.
You see the throttle body trying to open.
Come on.
If she had some gas,
Gas in it.
it ain't got no gas in it.
Come on, baby.
Get it afraid.
No, I'm
Oh,
not gonna say that.
FDS said it ain't got no gas in it.
Just lightly.
Yeah, if Grandma Vic
Ready?
would spray it in there, it's got it. I'd move
I
your
don't
finger.
stick.
No, spray and hold.
See, it fired when she puts gas.
Yeah.
If you would put
It doesn't
gas,
matter when it starts, when it goes
If
to
you
start.
just sprayed it the entire time, it would start. I
When it
promise.
squirt it.
Jay says spray the shit out of it. I agree. They can't hear me though.
If they've used gas, it fired. It ain't got gas. I'm telling you, get your damn Pepsi bottle, put a hole in it, and shoot gas in it. Watch my videos, everybody.
Enough.
Yeah, protect your arm hair though.
Enough.
You think you're not giving it?
No, I agree,
Oh, you
Jay.
see how she needs some gas? Oh, I'm seeing stars.
Madison said gas equals fire. Yeah, Jay, this is our friend, Graham Pitovic.
For gas, I just want it to pop a little bit.
But
It
he's
is
live right now.
pumping. Throw some gas in it.
I'm gonna
He
run
can't
my
hear you.
fuel pump here in a sec.
See, you don't even
All right,
have.
so you start popping up,
Yes, I heard.
I heard you.
right?
Oh.
Pull the trigger, Grandma. Don't let up till she blows.
Yeah.
Some gas.
Either she gonna start or she gonna blow. Now spray enough ether in it that it.
Now he's gonna put gas to it.
She's popping. She is popping.
I bet you whenever he opens that throttle blade and squirts gas, I bet you it's
No,
gonna
he's gonna
run.
put it on the pump.
Oh, I bet you that bitch will run. You're getting excited. Chill out.
Blood out.
Madison said, "Why are you yelling?"
Some, Wilburn.
Cause it ain't got no gas in it.
Well, Jay, we usually go live until 8 p.m. Here we usually go live for 2 hours, but Hugh started his live, and we told everybody to go over to his. So I have no problem sitting here watching him. If you want to go watch him, you're welcome to. But once I hear this thing run, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled program until 8 o'clock. Jay said, OMG, everyone is saying give it gas. Jay said, John Wilburn said it's flooded. Jay said, no worries. I don't know if you can flood it off of starting fluid. But, I mean, it's almost like gas works better than starting fluid.
Well, by the time he gets gas in the bucket, starting fluid's gonna be dry.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna flip y'all around. False alarm, everybody. She ain't running yet. Okay. Jay said, no worries. Starlings. Or starter. That starter's got some miles on it. Jay said, Lotus said,
All
spray
right.
and pray.
I'm fixing to hop off. I'm not gonna say her. He's starting to smoke.
Jay said, no such thing as flooding with the starting fluid. I'm glad I'm not the only one saying that, but somebody told him it flooded. It ain't like it's the damn carburetor.
Madison according to Randy Jr. for needs gas.
Yeah.
Give her gas.
Yeah. Jane said, LOL, Hugh, gotta have a cigarette. Jay said, duh. Daryl said, I have your live in one phone, Hugh on the other, and just prep my Premiere on the laptop, LOL, 50 minutes tonight. Okay. Don't worry.
We do too.
Daryl-
I've got it right here.
Daryl, if you hadn't heard Dad sitting here yelling like hell at his phone and our phone, telling him, put gas in it. Jay said, B.
Now listen, Boggy's telling him now to get a bottle of soda, fill it up, and feed it like a baby.
Yeah. No,
That's
feed
what
like
I
a grown ass
I
man.
done said that. How many videos have I put out doing that?
Yeah, my
Shoot gas in her.
My left arm will never recover from that. Naheem said hi again. Hello, Naheem. Madison said, you are welcome, LOL. Naheem's waving. Jane said, LOL. Boggy said, grab a used soda bottle and fill it with gas. That's what I'm saying. Daryl said, LOL. I could hear and see everyone
Look,
saying
says it doesn't have internal pumps. It doesn't matter.
You
If
heard
you
it when
shoot gas in
when
it.
he turned the ignition on. You heard a fuel pump try
Fuel
to cut
pump,
off.
come on, yes.
Yes, you heard it.
I'm telling y'all.
Oh, gosh. Daryl said, LOL, I could hear and see everyone
Yes,
saying it.
Will
Jane said, LOL. Daryl said, now it's flooded.
fire
Jane said, how can it be flooded?
on bottle.
You know, I'm having more fun reading comments.
No. No.
Better yet is
I better hush because
you better hush. Daryl said too much ether on that.
Carlos says, "Oh, well, aren't you the genius?"
Genius Lotus. Lotus said, shut up, baby, I know it. Oh, goodness. Jane said, LOL, see what Carlos said, Pops. Daryl said, that's not good on it. No, it's not. That's why you see Vice Grip Garage using two-stroke gas. Let's see here. Carlos said, aren't you the genius, Lotus? You know Dad's reading this stuff. It probably doesn't help that he gets really frustrated. I mean, he's got thousands and thousands of dollars tied up in that motor. And that's the closest it's ever been to running.
Well, that's the most he's heard.
Yeah.
Is it firing off?
So, I mean,
And,
him being excited like that makes all the sense in the world.
It is, but again, like I said, I don't want to be mean, but he should have put gas in it, had it ready to go.
Jane said the ether isn't good for it.
No.
It's not good for it because there's no lubrication on the top of the motor. Just starting it over in those short successions, it's not going to get oiling to the top for everything. And, I mean,
But
at
it
least,
also leans it out too much.
yeah.
That's
Daryl said, no, ether isn't good for any engine.
no.
So if
and
you
it-
squirt gas in it with a little bit of premix, motor oil in it, or like
you ain't
two-stroke.
even got to do that. Just shoot some
But,
gas in
I
it.
mean-
I'm telling you, I do it.
Jimmy 528 said Ford Fiesta. Oh, Jay said sorry, boss
How many
just
likes do
called.
we have?
Now I'm back. That's okay, Jay. Welcome back. We have 45 likes.
45 likes. Awesome. Thank y'all.
Daryl said burn the rings. Exactly. The gas helps cool a little bit, I guess, but it also lubricates.
No, it leans
It
them out.
lubricates. Lubrication. Two-stroke gas.
That's what they talk about when they talk about tuning. It leans it out. That's how they mess them up.
Lean is mean. Jane said, hi, Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy, how you doing tonight?
I got to get off here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Oh, he put gas in the bucket, y'all. Look, y'all, he putting gas in the bucket.
No, put some in a damn bottle. Don't put it all in there. Put some in a bottle.
Listen, Daryl, you put a good idea on there. Please move the gas away from the exhaust.
He's got that gas. I hope he picked it up and brought it up to the front.
Jane said, LOL, Pop's gonna have a heart attack. I think he is. Jay said, I blew up my favorite saw with straight gas. Dumbass move on my part. I'm not allowed to use a
It's
saw.
the same way when you're shooting that ether in it.
Yep.
What does that do?
Jane said, oh boy, making me nervous.
Put fuel into the rail.
Daryl's laughing. Madison, let's not, please. Jay said, hope she starts this time, guys. I hope so. 84 Cuddy's even telling him move the bucket over. Madison said, maybe next year. I've had enough this year. No, Madison. I've met my max out of pocket this year.
All right, here we go. We got gas in it.
Everybody, here we go.
Here we go.
We
Move
go.
the bucket at 84 Cuddy.
Please move the bucket.
Maybe you can push it.
Oh,
this way.
no!
Oh,
The
we got fire
rope!
on both sides.
Oh my gosh.
It's wires.
Jay said, there's a Jane and I'm JM. Yes, Jay. You have Jane and Jay. Nickel Pony said, I hope it starts. Madison said, you don't have insurance, LOL. You ain't
I'm
met
telling
nothing.
y'all, oh my gosh, that's not good. He knows it now. He is saying that it's gonna pop off. It's gonna start that.
Oh, and this is dangerous.
He's
Temper
gonna fix
slur, what do you call a Christmas wreath made up of only $100 bills?
Push the things down.
A wreath of flame. Derek Madison said, we're going to watch him blow up.
I'm afraid
worried
that's
about
what's
that.
fixing to happen.
I'm trying to support him, but man, he's making me draw up. And I mean,
We at least put the gas in front of it.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Negative to positive.
This makes me really nervous, y'all.
I ain't lying. If I-
That's what I was gonna say.
Hurrah!
Got it?
Jane said, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy, here comes 40. And just so y'all know, pumping the gas isn't not going to do anything either because it's EFI. Madison said, I'm not ready. I'm with Daryl over here. He said, my butt's puckering over here with that
Mine
gas
is
can.
too. I'm sitting. I'm squinching my damn hand.
Look, I got an Ethernet cable. I'm over here damn about to break in half.
You need to be on the other side of that wheel. The other side of the wheel. You need to go under the wheel.
Jane said, LOL, Daryl told Grandma to go outside. Yeah, go outside with the camera so we'll have video evidence. Oh my God. My heart's
They're on the
racing.
laptop.
My heart's
No, they're on the
racing.
phone.
Yeah.
Never mind.
My heart's racing. I'm not even there.
Don't matter. You okay?
Yeah.
But it took you home now?
Nickel Pony said I had to pull over, pickering up my seat covers. Yeah, I'm telling you,
I got a
I'm
rag
puckering.
here ready for me to start helping him put it out.
We are 2 hours from him. Can we make it in time to save him? Okay, you moved it back about 6 more inches. That's a lot.
That's still the fume's still gonna blow out that exhaust, and it's right on the opposite side of that exhaust.
Yeah, mine too. I'm scared the way it's going. It pops off and the plane shoots out. Hey, we're gonna have a world. Of
Yes,
war.
you are.
Yes, we are.
I can't get it no further though.
You can move it to the front. You stop putting it in the back. Put it in the front.
It will go to. Dang it!
The what?
Terp Slurp said this
This
is
is just like when I was trying to tell you to stop cutting the damn tree.
The problem is when
Terp Slurp said this explosion is brought to you by Fram Oil Filters.
10, 9,
Yeah.
8.
Golly. Jay said this reminds me of starting an early 90 Volkswagen diesel. Only one wire goes to fuel and that's it.
Hey, y'all, give us a thumbs up, please.
Hey, we're sitting at 48.
We need at least 3 more.
Look, I'm sitting over here so damn nervous. I'm getting hot.
Gasolina, gasolina.
Okay, so he's gonna put a seat cushion over it.
There
Okay.
you go.
better none. All right.
I'm nervous.
Do you have a fire extinguisher?
I hope you have a fire extinguisher because it ain't gonna do nothing. It's gonna go poof and be gone.
I do. She's right there.
No, I'm not. He said
That's the only exit, Hugh. Start it.
I got a garden hose.
Jay said this engine has
He's got a garden hose.
many more spaghetti than that. Yes,
If it flares
sir.
off, you don't have to worry about it.
It's like the Cummins only requires one wire to run.
If it flares off, we both.
Jay said, "Oh, good." They asked him if he has a fire extinguisher. He said, "Yeah, it was
He
her."
says,
I'm standing now.
you hear what she said? He said if it fires off, you ain't gotta worry about it. She said, why? He said, because we're gonna blow up. She said, I'm going outside.
That is only. Good job, Grandma.
Don't tell me you're gonna go outside and light a cigarette. She don't smoke anymore, does she?
Stupid.
I don't. I think she said she was quitting. Jay said that's why I love mechanical injection. Terp slurp, buddy. Let's try to be nice. I think she likes your shorter hair.
I don't like that.
Oh my God. Our live is brought to you in part by Hughes Live.
Last winter we were doing.
We're watching you while you're watching us.
Here. Let's even go full screen so y'all can see it.
See, I can't see all this that y'all can.
500 stuff
Yeah. Jay said
There, I can.
Hellcat. No, Jay, it's LS3 6.2. He's gonna put it in the 03 Crown Vic PPV. Terp Slurp said no. I was making reference to color, not ill intent. Okay. Well, thank you for not having ill intent.
I was almost 3,600 subs because of you guys. Thank you so much.
Mike's over there saying standing in the room with the bomb.
Adam, thank you for coming in, hon.
They help people get up there in 500. That way you go to the Donair Nationals. Hopefully
Oh
next
my
year
gosh.
we can actually go.
Let's see here. Yeah, no, her hair color's changed once or twice. Jane said, Terp, she likes to keep it that color. She's feisty. All right, I'm gonna need this motor to be
Turn
feisty.
this off.
Okay, that's better. At least it's not directly in the line of the exhaust now. Jay said, nice. I love LTDs, the comfiest cruisers around. Comfiest cruisers around. I don't think it's a LTD or considered to be. I could be wrong, but I know it's an 03. Terp Slurp said, ha 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 ha. She seems like a spice ball for sure. Yes. Jay said, big old 4 doors. You can fit 10 people in there and not even be on top of each other. Old Ford LTDs with a 5-liter instead of a 4.6.
Girl, I said I'm gonna step outside.
You sure?
Yeah, put the mirror filter.
You think it's here, Mike?
Yeah, put the mirror filter.
Go ahead. That bothers my ears.
All right, fire in the hole. Somebody, please.
He's putting earplugs in,
Oh, he's putting them in again.
and them two, they talking to each other. She don't like them. They hurt her ears.
Jane said, she's Puerto Rican. Mm-hmm. Jay said, my favorite was the 85 LT.
What's the number for 911?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Terp Slurp said, I want to put this engine in my 64 Dart. I want one of those engines. I just don't want to invest the
Well,
money. in it.
everybody came to see
Jane
that.
said they asked
What's
what the number for 911.
Fingerprints were that.
I think it's
I
111.
can't believe it, man.
Leave it to
All
Rick.
right, here we go again.
Please.
Holy shit! It's gonna run with gas in it.
Hey, Carmen. Jay said, just curious, how rare is the 1970 Ford LTD? Over here, not that rare, I wouldn't think. They mass produced them. Jane said, hey, Carmen. Now if you spray some starter fluid in it.
I still would use the bottle. I don't like the starter
Larry
fluid.
said, Bob.
Oh, there he goes. He just squirted it.
Jane said, is that motor stand stable on engine stand? Yes, Jane.
He said, how to empower.
As long as he has the thing in the back there to keep it from turning, then yes, it'll be steady enough.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
If not, we're gonna see somebody else get hurt.
And watch it blow up.
Terp Slurp said, oh no.
Oh, baby.
Is the fuel pump doing fuel pump things?
It sounds like it's.
Jonathan said, fuel pressure.
Jane said it looks wiggly. Oh, it's definitely gonna be
Oh, it's
wiggly.
gonna move. Oh, he getting
frustrated
now.
Justin said now she stops in.
Since the last
Jay said on the East Coast, a 70 LTD is like seeing a unicorn riding another unicorn. Just saying. Are you in America, Jay? Jay, because we're in North Carolina, but we're central North Carolina. Lotus said, fire you pig.
Come on, baby.
East Coast Canada, okay. Okay.
Come on now.
Hey, we had to put a pin in for you.
Yeah, I'll put a pin in the East Coast Canada for you, Jay. Turp Slurp said he gonna flood that engine. Turp Slurp, I don't think you can flood an EFI engine.
Give it a little bit.
It's only gonna fire the injectors when it's trying to turn over.
I gotta get out of here.
Jay said, what salt? We salt the shit out of our roads. See, that's the problem with the northeastern states of America, is everything rusts apart. But I've seen a handful. I've seen a handful of them. I wouldn't mind having one just because they have the old school 302s. Turp Slurp said, did not know that. Thank you. Yeah, it's extremely hard to flood an EFI motor. Starting fluid in the intake is not going to flood it, and it's only going to fire the injectors on certain rotations. So it's not going to flood itself.
I thought it'd still flood though.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, I don't think EFI would allow it.
They said plug the fuel pump back in.
Don't tell me the damn fuel pump's not plugged in.
It is plugged in. I thought I heard it running.
Jay said, Jay, I think the upper half of the U.S. doesn't have many old cars. The salt eats them. Hell, y'all don't hardly have any new cars because the salt eats them.
I wouldn't be surprised if them plugs are fouled after last night we come half a can of,
Jay said, yeah, Jane, I know 10 years at best.
Sprayed like a hurricane last night with
Jay said 40 minutes in, still no motor running. We're 2 years invested in this.
Well, he's
Jane.
fixing to scorch a couple pistons if he's careful.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, I gotta return to the
Jay said, I
bucket
worked
and
in
have
salt
a-
mining, does not help. Damn.
One of them Corvette
That's a
58 PSI
that's a crazy
piece
job.
of garbage. Yeah, I have that. I don't trust them. I did that.
I hate to say what happens if the pump cut on with no fuel and it burn up.
Because a lot of
Because it could have
times,
done that.
that piece of garbage don't work.
Turp Slurp said time to put some Everclear in an aerosol can. If he just put some gas in an old like soda can or soda bottle, poked a hole in the cap of it, and slowly squirted it in the intake, it will run forever like that. Ask us how we know.
Watch a couple videos.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, everybody hit that like button, please. We got a couple pops. She ain't ran yet, but she's going to.
Jay said, hello, take a slug of Everclear, pour some in the motor. Yeah, take you a good swig of it, and then pour some in the motor and take a deep breath.
Hey, you saw it pop a few times, so she's gonna run.
Jay said, hauling lobster traps and salt mining makes my vehicles just disappear.
Jonathan,
I guess it doesn't matter how much protective undercoating you put on there, Jay. I guess it doesn't matter how much protective undercoating you put on them things. That it's just going to eat them away, is it? Three-wheelers in here said, Waza!
Hello, three-wheeler.
Three-wheeler, we're watching Grand Pitovic. I think he's finally gonna get his LS started. If he gets some gas in it. Daryl said nail biter.
No shit. I'm over here about warning everything I got down.
Turp Slurp said, I'm excited to binge watch some of y'all's videos. Yeah, we do a lot of burnouts and we mess with our Camaros a lot. Here lately has been more of a struggle bus. Oh, here we go.
Watch some of the older videos. If you
Gim
want to see
said,
cars.
what's up? Jay said, Big Red 250. I got a big black 2500 GMC.
I just want to hit the gas pedal. I know it ain't.
It ain't gonna do nothing.
I just want to hit it.
Three-wheeler said, hey, Jane and Daryl. Daryl said, I think I need some preparation after watching this. I think I'm going to need a change of pants when this bitch starts and it damn ignites something. Matthew's in, said, hi. Matthew, I was just wondering about you and Hannah today. Jay said, as far as three-wheeler go, I have a big red 250. Oh, okay. Daryl said, hey, the three-wheeler, I got a frame of a three-wheeler sitting here and a three-wheeler welded to the front of a go-kart. I call it the death trap.
Now, he's saying that it takes 10 seconds for the fuel pump to kick back on. So he's not giving it 10 seconds every time he starts and stops.
Madison just said this boring. And everybody got to read it on the live on my phone. Shame on you, Madison.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say, that's for sure.
Jay said, Daryl, we're all puckering. Jay said, hi, Matthew. Matthew said, yeah, Hannah is at Laporte. Okay. Jay said, mine's a museum piece. I don't know what years ours is. It was here when I bought the building. Jane said, Jay, what's you got? He's got a three-wheeler.
I got earbuds
Matthew said
and
she got a 60-day review. Uh-oh. All right, come on, here we go.
stuff. Do it. Don't think in the detectors are working. don't think it's-
I have a better idea. Three-wheeler, I got something to show you. Oh, Madison just sent me a middle finger emoji. If it starts, let me know. Okay. So we're talking about three-wheelers. Here's the death trap, y'all. Honda three-wheeler. I'm going to assume a 250. I'm going to assume a 250. Made it up to the front of a go-kart with rebar and bicycle framing. So, made in Japan. I've not even got to try to get, never even tried to get that thing running, but it's not seized. Jay, it was like this when I bought it. It was actually in that bay over there across from the hood, underneath a bunch of boxes. But, yeah, look, it's just welded together to the front of a go-kart. Three-wheeler, there you go. There's as good of a look as I'm going to get right now, buddy. But, with that being said, Matthew said campus is like jail for kids. Uh-oh. Let's see, Matthew said, but she's a Labrador. It's a jail for teens her age. Uh-oh. Okay, it's a 200X. Cool. And I got that frame. It's still got the front wheels on it, rear axles, just no motor, no transmission. But I have that one too. But a 200 on that thing is still a death trap. Jay said, thanks, takes me way back. Jane said, they're going to need another battery. Let's see. Yeah, they're definitely going to need a new battery. Let's see, this one here has all the, like the VIN number and stuff still on it. Yeah. It still has all the tags on it. But I don't anticipate me doing anything with this. Oh, here we go. 1985, 7 of 84 model in the VIN number. So, well, three-wheeler, you said it and I found it. But again, I don't have a motor for that one. I have a gas tank and all and a seat, but no motor. Jay said, I gotta pee. This, Jay. Look, it's okay. Bowel movements happen. Oh, that one was a 250. Okay. So, I mean, I got a 200 that looks like the same type of rear end with a 125 Harley Davidson old school gas tank and a 250 frame. Yeah, I don't have the motor for it, three-wheeler. I just have the frame. Oh, goodness gracious. Y'all's legs hurt as much as mine do today. Y'all want a hint on what tomorrow's video is about? It's not that. Jay said, has anyone rode a three-wheeler across a pond? They are capable of that. I have not. I've never rode a three-wheeler. Jane said, I said I gotta pee. Then go pee. Three-wheeler, I don't know if there's tags on the 200 because there is no handlebars, I don't think. But I will go check in just a second. Gotta get me a drink. 5, 10, 20, 25. Okay, we got Cheer One, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Yoo-Hoo. We're gonna go, you know what? I hadn't had a Mountain Dew today.
Let's see. Nickel Pony rode a three-wheeler across a frozen pond. Jay said, I'm only 38. How old are you? Jay, I am 29. Dad is 56. Jay said, I used to ride the shit out of four-wheelers. Or three-wheelers, excuse me. Again, I've never rode a three-wheeler. I used to ride the shit out of four-wheelers, but I ran off the side of a mountain once. It's like taking an arrow to the knee, but a lot less cool to say, hey, I got a bunch more change. Three-wheeler said the tag should be on the frame, underneath the handlebar, or down in front of the motor. So that's where it's cut right here. So, we'll check it. Yeah, because even the bars that go down here and connect are three bicycle bars now. So there are no tags. And I can't see. Let's see here. Jay said, oh, you're 29. I get it now. Sorry. Oh, it's no big deal. Over time, I look a lot older than 29. Yeah, three-wheeler tags were cut off. Is it running yet?
The battery's dead. It ain't going to.
Well, crap. Well, I got 9 more minutes. Anything y'all want to see? Have y'all seen the boat? One of the boats, I guess I could say. Is it chain drive? I think it's got a drive shaft. Yeah. It's got a drive shaft. Just like the other one's supposed to. Dennis the Menace. Good evening, Dennis. How have you been, buddy? Jane said, Jay, I babysat Jesus. Yeah, Jane babysat Jesus and was there when dirt was invented. Let's see. Jane said, hi, Dennis. Dennis, we only got a couple more minutes before we're going to end it. But three-wheeler come in. But yeah, three-wheeler. That is the exact same setup as what's supposed to be on this one. Let's see here. Trey said, hey, hope everyone is doing good today. We're good. I hope you are. Three-wheeler said, oh no, maybe it's not a 200. I see, that's the thing, three-wheeler. That frame, if you're telling me this was a 250, all right, again, I don't know. This frame's the same. I mean, so I don't know. Three-wheeler. Dennis said, Jane, Randy Sr. Dad's watching Dad's in the office. He was watching you. Dennis said it's snowing here. Dennis, it snowed like hell on Monday, but not down here at the shop. Three-wheeler said, you might have two TSX. Oh, I got a 300EX, but it's a four-wheeler. Matthew said, yep, not only is it her classmate, but another racer on her team, so the fight that happened at school somehow made it on the track, and she's in campus for 2 months, and she can't be on her phone 1 hour daily. Damn. Nickel said, Randy, y'all have great talk. Nickel, thank you for coming in. Have a wonderful night. James said, hi, Trey. Carla, I'm back. Welcome back, Carla. James said, take care, Nickel. And three-wheeler, just so you know, this is, I think, a 94 Honda 300EX. Dad's had it since it was new. And until his oldest son broke the rear plastics, and I put tires on it for him, was original seat, tires, plastics, completely uncracked. Let's see, Jane said, take care. Nickel. Okay. Sorry, I apparently walked too far. 2,500 square foot, my ass. Matthew said, or if she earns her week and is not in class, the place she is at has a TV show on Netflix. And they're making new episodes. Cool. Trey said, ooh, old school, nice. Thank you. The newest thing inside this building right now is that 1978 you saw. Three-wheeler said, you got two 250SX. Those are worth some money and fairly rare. No kidding. Metal said, Daryl said 55 likes. Ooh. Three-wheeler said, Oh, a 300EX. Them things are nice too.
I tried to, Billy, battery's too weak.
Ah.
Battery's too weak.
All right, I'm gonna flip y'all right round. Three Wheeler said that we probably have two 250SXs. The one that's on Death Trap's a 250, more than likely. It doesn't have a tag, but the one with no motor on it is a 250 frame. He said, "They're worth some money."
No room.
Let's see. I told him. I said, "Well, one of them was obviously here when they both were here when I bought them." He said, "They're fairly rare." We got 56 likes though.
I saw that.
That is awesome. Let's see here. And he said your 300EX was nice too.
Thank you.
He won't let me ride it anymore.
Last time it had stock plastic.
I
on
told
it
him
the
until his
last
oldest
time.
son screwed it up. I told him.
He's grown up. He can admit when he's wrong.
I've admitted when I was wrong my whole life.
That's a damn lie.
Let's see here. Carlos said Hugh got the LS to pop R3 but kept flaming out. Carlo, we were watching. Y'all were watching us watch him.
Yeah, we had it on.
We
Live
kept yelling
watching
at him. We kept yelling at him, "Give me some gas!" But his battery got weak. Jane said, "We were watching, Carlo. Our butts were perkered, waiting for kablooey."
He won't believe me. They wouldn't even read the comment, but if they'll shoot some gas in that thing, it'll fire. It would,
Injectors were obviously firing.
or it wouldn't fire. They wouldn't. That one time, it just about run.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the holdup is. I'm not even going to pretend
I'm
like
talking
I
about
know.
when you were out there.
Oh, really?
It fired like I thought it was gonna run, and he was telling her to squirt it. But I'm telling you,
It's right there, y'all.
It
It's a
is.
2
It's
year
right there.
it's a 2-year venture for them. Let's see here. Trey said, "Just put my Polaris 6x6 back together. Can't find a transmission for it here in Canada. So on to other projects."
send it to us. We'll find one here.
Listen, my problem is I have too many projects to work on.
I just wish I had it side by side.
Yeah. As you see, the red truck up there is in the middle of an LS swap. The big black K15 that's up there, I mean, I got to put lugs and studs, fix the power steering and brakes.
But now y'all also got to realize we had 4 months of stop.
Yeah, September 5th, which was 90 some odd days ago, everything stopped. So since July, the end of July, things have just kind of grinded to a stop here. Daryl said, "I think it was voltage loss toward the end."
It
With the
was.
weak battery, yes. I could see it.
But like I
Trey's
said, that
laughing.
one time it would have run if there would have been gas.
Yep. Three Wheeler said, "A Ranger tree?" I don't know what that is. Grease said, "What's up, y'all? Hello, Adam, Randy, and Randy. Hello, Adam. How you
Tell them to
doing?"
go watch the video.
Yeah. Matthew said the show name is Girls Incarcerated, Young and Locked Up, and she gets to hang out with other girls in her unit. Watches Unit 2. If she acts up, she will get full 6 months, though. Well, tell her to not be like you and don't act up. I was wondering why she hadn't been in here. Hannah is locked up. She's in like a juvie situation.
Oh,
She can only have her phone for an hour a day.
oh.
Three Wheelers waving at Adam. Jane said, "Hey, Adam." Trey said, "Same here. Too many projects and on disability. My disability while I was out of work was paying me 20% of my total pay. And that ran out 5 weeks.
80% into this.
Yeah, 5 weeks ago it ran out. And they're not talking about me getting back to work until the beginning of the year. So, yeah, whenever I tell you things are just a little bit rough, people have helped us, and I said the other day in a video, it was like, man, does this guy ever shut up? They're the reasons the lights are still on. So I wasn't able to come here. I started walking again without a walker or anything 3 weeks ago. And I mean, I've been just best as I can do the last 3 weeks. But let me get caught up and we're going to end this. So, Grease Spot, Adam said 3 wheel. Matthew said hey to Adam. Adam said Jane, Matthew. Trey said others. I'm self-employed, so it sucks. I hate to hear that, buddy. But listen, that's 2 hours. It is officially 8 p.m. We're going to go over to Daryl at Metal Art Customs, and we're going to watch his premiere. And I'm going to make a video, y'all.
Y'all have
So,
a good night, good day. Whenever you're watching this, remember, keep it silly.
And again,
Thank you.
thank y'all for coming in. Oh, Craig Hanlong said, I got here just in time to say hello and goodbye, I guess.
See you, Craig.
Craig, it was wonderful to see your name again, buddy, but you have a wonderful day.
Hit the like button.
He did. I see it.